Woo. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Birdie's Golf League. We are so stoked to be here. Seriously, got all this cool stuff. We're so excited to start another league. We have 4 locations who are being playing this league. Probably almost 40 teams will play. So we're so stoked. I'm Dakota. I'm the league organizer and CTO here at Birdie's Golf Lounge. And if I'll tell you who you are. If there's 2 kinds of people who I want to be here. One is if you're interested in potentially playing with us in the league, you're not quite sure yet, wanted to come find out about the prizes, how the league works, all that, you are in the right place. 2, if you are a registered league player already, and you're absolutely in the right place. We're so excited you're here. So, first of all, let's talk about some cool prizes first. Then we'll get into the league format. We'll get into, we'll talk about like our league sponsors, and then we'll get into a couple of training sessions like, how to cut 5 strokes playing in simulator golf, kind of some tips and tricks for the newbies. And then we'll have a special guest on, Daniel Blackwell, who's a PGA coach, and he'll talk a little bit about how to shape some strokes and team chemistry, kind of like how to get in that mindset for it. So thanks again for being here, and we'll jump right into these awesome prizes. First of all, I want to just wanted to say thanks to all the teams who thus far signed up. Okay, so we have some awesome teams that have already signed up. There's some ones we've had last year, like Dude, Where's My Par? Shout out to my St. George guys. We have Pin Seekers Anonymous, which is a team I was luckily a part of last season. And then we have some new ones like the Brian Head Gangs from Cedar City, Utah. And we have a ton of them. There's a lot. I can't read them all. But we're excited to have them all here. And there's still a few spots open for league in a couple of locations. So get signed up. We'll see you there. Moving on to next one here. Want to just throw out some of our league sponsors and just say thank you, kind of tell you what they are too, because some of these aren't physical prizes that you're going to see right now. Our first one up is Birdie Beam. They do engravings on golf clubs, putters, and wedges primarily, and they're awesome. They look super cool. Mo from Good, as you can see up there, he's had his clubs done by Birdie Beam. Swing Index. Oh, this is a good one. Daniel Blackwell. He is the Chief Learning Officer at Swing Index, who is going to be presenting it to us this evening, and also runs Swing Index. Super awesome platform. You sign up. It's like really cheap, and you basically have a pro at your disposal to learn from. You send in videos, they give you feedback. It's absolutely fantastic. Go check them out. Sand Hollow Golf Resort. What can be said about Sand Hollow? Everyone knows, heard of Sand Hollow Golf Resort. Luckily here in southern Utah, we got to be a part of this great golf community where we are located. And they are one of our amazing league sponsors. And one of the awesome prizes that you can win is a round at Sand Hollow. They are paired with none other than the Ledges Golf Course, which is also here in southern Utah, about 25 minutes away from Sand Hollow, and sits right on the edge of a state park. It's beautiful, beautiful course. Lazarus putters and wedges. Really, no, not just putters. What am I saying? This is Lazarus Golf here, people. They've got all sorts of stuff. So putters, wedges. I absolutely love their zero torque putters. They are super awesome. I'm gonna get really close. Super cool putters. She's still in the wrapping, but they're like really highly rated. Lab, better watch out. Whoops. Avgar. Oh, you saw that puppy come in here. I'm going to bring it up here a little bit further. This league, we're giving away. I'm going to turn this off for just a second so that you can see this awesome product here. Okay. The Avgar Euphoria. This, dude, this thing is out of this world. I've never seen anything quite like this. It is a self-driving push cart, and that's just the beginning. It is absolutely incredible. It's a full bag, and I'll show you how it works. You put your clubs like right in the side, so you just slip them right in the side, and they just stick in here. So all your clubs go around the edge. You pull them out. It's like the easiest bag you've ever seen. It's got 14 slots for you, just exactly how you need it. Oh, actually, let me move this camera over a little bit. There we go. And even, dude, check this out. I love this. So you're on the green, or you're close to the green, you're chipping. You have to bring a putter and a wedge. You just pop this puppy out, and it's a second bag. Isn't that incredible? Sit that down. Oh, maybe you can't see that. Booyah. You got your putter and your wedge in there. Dude, that thing, it's incredible. Seriously. I'm telling you, you've never seen anything like this product before. I couldn't believe it. We saw it at the PGA show when we were down there in January, and it was absolutely incredible. There's a bunch of stuff on the inside. It comes with like an umbrella, like an ice chest box thing. It's got like some teas and some bags and some other stuff in there. It's absolutely incredible. This thing is like the most engineered piece of equipment in the golf world right now. Absolutely incredible. And this you can win for winning this league. That is incredible. So let's move on to our next sponsor here. And least but not last, our friends at Head Golf. They make some incredible clothes, really awesome stuff. So you can win a bunch of stuff from them, including shirts. We also have some like head covers and things like that. So super awesome. Stoked to have them with us. Those are our Amazing League sponsors. So we'll get into some of the other league prizes that we have here available. I'm going to move this back just a little ways. Obviously, you saw the scooter. So we have these electric scooters, super awesome, super fast. They go up to like 30 miles an hour. You can win free memberships at Birdie's Golf Lounge. We're going to be giving away some hats. We have these really cool little putting aids that help you. They're also from Avgar Sport. And obviously, you can see here these really cool bags. RevCore leather golf bags. Absolutely incredible. And some of these other bags in here. We've got some awesome like zero gravity chairs you can win. We have these like fan mister things that, I mean, here in the desert where I'm at, they are a must. You can win those. So, and then we also have, let's see, I mentioned free rounds at, Ledges and San Paulo. Oh, we got some Birdie swag as well. You can win some vests or shirts in our store. They're really awesome. There we go. And then you can even win discounts on things like the Euphoria if you win. So the way that prizes are going to work this time around during league is a little bit different than we've done it in the past. For the most part, we've kind of assigned prizes to a specific team's like location. So first place is going to win this. This time around, though, it's going to be a little bit different. The positions get to choose their prize package. Some prize packages will be combined, some won't be. We're going to pay out 10 teams, which is 40 people. We're going to pay out 40 people, and it's over $25,000 of prizes. So it's going to be super awesome. And yeah, gosh, those are the prizes. Those are so cool. Okay, we're going to turn the time now over to Daniel. He's on. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. He is not here. So I will continue. We'll talk about the league format for a minute. So we're going to be doing it a little bit different. We have a lot more teams playing. So what we're going to do is break up all the teams into 5 flights. So we used to have just 3 flights. We're going to be doing 5 flights now, which means there's more opportunities for you to win, also more opportunities to lose. So it's going to be a wild one. So 5 flights. You have 3 weeks of preseason. So that means that 1, 2, 3 weeks after those 3 weeks, you get put into one of 5 flights, and then we restart score from scratch. And then you can compete in that flight for the prizes that we have here. And then, yes, whoever wins, I didn't say this, whoever wins overall gets the Birdie Cup. Let's go. That thing is awesome, isn't it? Wow. It's pretty heavy. Anyway, you got the Birdie Cup. So once you get flighted into one of those 5 flights, then you're competing amongst that flight for the prizes. And as I mentioned, the way it's going to work is the first flight gets to, once we all finish the rest of the 7 weeks of league, the top tier first position in flight A, they get to go ahead and choose their prize, and they'll have like a big list of the packages that we have, and it'll just kind of go down from there. So you get to pick. You get to pick what you get, which is awesome. Let's see.
We do have one question.
One question.
Those are vessel bags.
Vessel?
If
No.
Those are vessel. The white.
They're RevCore bags. Yeah. They are let's see. What's the name of it again? RevCore, they're by Caddy Daddy. That's who they're by. Yeah, that's the name of the company. It's awesome. Awesome company. Really quite expensive bags. Okay, so it's a 4-person scramble. That's the format of this league. So you are playing a 4-person scramble for 10 full weeks. You have your set team. We have a couple of rules with with substitutes and what happens if you can't play, that kind of thing. We recommend, if you're going to be out of town or anything like that, highly recommend that you play with your team before the event. So you can either sign up for Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday if you're in St. George. And if you happen to know you're going to be gone or something like that, you have 3 weeks before each league event to play it. So if your team is like, hey, we want to, I'm going to be gone on vacation or something, let's get in there like the week before on a Thursday and knock out that league event. That way your scores will count. You can't play the league event after the date of the league. We cut it off on Thursday so that's when scores get posted, and so everyone kind of knows their standings. If you go check out the mobile app, the Birdie's mobile app, the league standings will be there. So that's where you'll be able to kind of see week to week. Let's see. What do we got? Substitutes. Yeah. If you need to get a substitute, like if there's an emergency or something, talk to your local birdies. They can kind of figure out, we try to make it so your substitute is someone with kind of a similar handicap as you or your teammate or whatever. And so there are some exceptions that we can make. I totally get it. You break an arm or whatever. Obviously, you didn't plan on that happening. So we'll work around it. We want to have fun. This is all about fun and hanging out and having a good time, doing some cool stuff while we're at it. So have no worries about that. Let's see. What other cool things do we need to talk about for the league format? There really, for the most part, are no mulligans. So don't unless it's really obvious there was a crazy misread. For the most part, there's not. But once in a while, you kind of you walk over the ball or something and touch it and it moves and whatever like that. You can take a mulligan. Just let somebody know at Birdies and they can kind of jot it down so that they can keep track of it. Let's see. Oh, sweet. I'm going to add Daniel in here and see if he has anything else he wants to add here for league formats.
Hey, what's up, guys? Daniel Reed here. Super pumped to get this league going. It's cool to see it growing with all the different locations getting added on, all the prizes we're getting up to. Obviously, Dakota went over our sponsors, all the prizes. Obviously, you can see out here, beautiful golf course, enjoying life. But yeah, I want to touch on the mulligans that he talked about. Mulligans, there will be a Birdie's staff or a Birdie's representative, Birdie's owner. You need to let a Birdie's representative know. We keep a spreadsheet of when a mulligan's taken because it shows us on the back end, the admin side of SGT, which is Sim Golf Tournament. Shows us where mulligans were taken, who took them, different things like that. So make sure you report your mulligans and so they can come by and see why a mulligan's being taken. Because if you don't report it and we see it, it's a 2-stroke penalty. So make sure you just report it. We get there's misreads, different things like that. Now, what I will say, it's a 4-man scramble. You got 4 shots at it. If it's simply, I don't hit my pitching wedge that far, I sailed the green by 15, 20 yards, that's a gray area because I don't know how far you hit your pitching wedge and no one does. Also, I play with great golfers out on the course that will sail a green and they just struck it better than they ever strike it. Like they just happen to stripe it. So it's got to be very clear and obvious for a mulligan to happen. That's probably the biggest thing I'll touch on there. One other thing I want to talk about is memberships. So obviously, if you're a member and you're playing in league, memberships, if you're a member, you play free in league. You do not pay, which is awesome. You obviously pay the registration fee, which is just a fee we pay to SGT, but members play completely free. So instead of paying the $30 weekly, $120 a month just to play in league one time a week, which is a great deal, plenty of fun. If anyone wants to sign up for league, I know all locations or sign up for memberships that are in league registered. I know all locations have a sales offer for any league registered players that want to become a member. And so become a member, pay an extra, $60 a month, $50 a month, whatever their offer is. And you get free league included with that. And then you can come in, you can train, you can practice on the sims multiple times a week, and then come for your round. So lots of benefit there. Also, Dakota talked about the flighting a little bit. 5 flights. We're going to do prizes in every flight. Here's the caveat to it. Not everybody's going to get a prize. We're not here to do handouts, right? If you want a participation trophy, go somewhere else. What we're going to do is you're going to have, A flight, B flight, C flight, D flight, E flight. So 5 flights to make it competitive across the board. And during that period, like he said, A flight, first, second, third, whatever it is, they're going to get to pick prizes. But there will be a couple teams that make A flight that do not get a prize. A flight, you're playing for much bigger prizes because you're getting first pick, obviously. But there is risk. If you make A flight, you may not get a prize. Last couple teams in A flight may not get a prize. B flight does get a prize. Top 2, 3 teams in B flight get prizes. So there's give and take there. If you want to play for the competition, then try to post your best scores during those first 3 weeks. Also, we're not going to show scores for the first 3 weeks. That way you don't know where you sit You can't try to manipulate it. Just go out, have fun, play your best rounds, and let the chips fall where they lay. Really, we want you there to enjoy the social side of golf, right? Golf is such a unique sport where you book a tee time with 3 buddies, you go out, there's there's people 150 yards in front of you, 150 yards behind you, and you're not meeting new people. That's what we're trying to replace. Get in there, meet the other teams, have a fun time, spend $30 and play 18 holes, or have a membership. It's completely free. But we're there for a good time. The prizes are just gravy on top, right? It just happens that we're able to do some pretty sweet prizes. So other than that, I think Dakota covered most of league format. We want to limit substitutions. So an event is open 2 weeks before the event is due. Maybe not on the first week, but that's it. Obviously, we're less than 2 weeks in. But you need to make sure you plan accordingly. If someone's sick, that's where a substitute comes into play. You need to make sure you're trying to play with your regular team, or else scores can change drastically, especially after you get put in a flight, right? Other than that, yeah, I think they nailed everything. So excited. We're adding, I think, 5 more locations before next league after this one. So teams are going to double. It's just going to get more and more fun. He did talk about that Birdie's trophy. That Birdie's trophy won't actually go to the winner of regular league. At the end, top 2 teams or the owners of each location get to pick 2 teams to submit into a 2-week tournament where they'll play head-to-head against other locations' teams. And you win one, you move on, you lose, you're out. And then we'll do some store credit for the winning teams there. That's beyond what league is, but the winning team representing your home course, that's where that Birdie's trophy is going to go. So that's a tournament trophy. Super pumped. But looking forward to a fun, competitive time, guys. And jump in the Birdies app, get in the community, post some sweet shots. We're going to be pulling sweet shots from the security cameras. But super excited to have you guys out. Let's make this thing fun.
There we go. Sweet. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that, man. It's going to be an awesome league. Seriously, I'm stoked for it. What we're going to talk about then real quick is I'm going to talk a little bit about what to expect your first couple times, because like part of the reason we have this preseason is because it's a little rusty at first. If you haven't played on the simulators a lot, there's some getting used to with everything, really, like chipping, putting, the whole 9 yards. And our putting, like, it's a hill that we all say that we will definitely die on. We love putting at Birdies. It's really, really good. And so, but it does take, like, putting is such a feel thing that you kind of have to get used to knowing how to calculate putts. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for you, and we're going to talk about this system here. Okay, awesome. Give me just a second. Okay, cool. So a couple of things I wanted to quickly point out here is, let's see, is there a ball I could throw in? Maybe not. That's all right. Okay, well, very quickly, when you put down your golf ball on the mat, you put it in the middle, obviously, of the mat, but you just need to make sure that these little white arrows here turn green. If they turn green, that means that the ball is being read by this launch monitor, and you can hit. So that's just kind of sweet. Thank you. I'll show you an example. Oh, wait, no, I just turned off the launch monitor so that it wouldn't be so bright. Okay, well, you can't see it right now, but that'll turn green. I promise you. I promise you. Okay, so let's talk about some of the little eccentricities of playing on a golf simulator. First thing to keep an eye on is here at the very top of the screen. You'll notice here that it says 0 miles per hour up here at the top. That is just the wind. So for the most part during this league, there's not going to be a ton of wind. It's going to be, maybe 3 or 4 miles an hour, but something to just keep an eye on. Next thing is, let's talk about elevation. So we're always going to play at the elevation of that course. So this is East Bay, where they're playing the PGA Championship here in, what is that, this coming week or the week after? This week, yeah. Or no, next week. One of the two. What is it, Mark? I don't know. It's one of the two. Anyway, we're moving on. So we're playing here as our first league event. The elevation is a little bit lower than some places, and so just keep that in mind as you are playing. Here we're located in the mountain states. Usually like from sea level to here, it's like an 8-yard difference or so, maybe a little bit plus or minus that. Keep that in mind. As far as here on the bottom right hand side, I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to get these comments. Huh?
This course is.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to take this off for just a minute. Okay, you can see right here it says 3.2 degrees down and 0.7 degrees right. That is your lie. So think about that as just like slope. So I'm obviously standing on a downhill lie. The ball's, or the hole is kind of downhill a little bit from me. And then 0.7 right, which means the ball's just a little bit below my feet. Not much. 0.7 is not much. But you'll want to keep in mind that. So if you're on any sort of like right slope like that, like where your feet are above the ball, normally that's going to make you push that ball to the right a little bit. So you may want to like adjust for that. So keep that in mind. Some people like never notice that. And they're like, why am I missing the ball right here or whatever? And it's simply because of that. 3.2 degrees downhill, that also is going to give you a little bit lower trajectory, and you'll probably run the ball a little bit further. In a case like this, where I might have to clear that bunker, that could be a problem. Just keep that in mind. All right, cool. Rough here. So there's different terrain types, like fairway, semi, rough, deep rough. Sometimes you're hitting out of the pine straw. Those change how far your ball will go, as well as how much backspin is on that. So if I'm in the rough, for the most part, rule of thumb, we kind of say like 6-7% off. So if I'm hitting like 100-yard shot and I'm in the rough, you might have to hit that ball 106 yards, 107 yards to make sure it gets there all the way. Oops. Stuff fall. Okay, cool. Elevation, we got that out of the way. Okay, real quick then, let's go over to putting speed control here. I'm going to move us over to the green. Okay, this is an almost perfect example. Oh, actually, before I do that, one thing, here's a secret. If you are interested in knowing how the green slopes and stuff like that from here, don't tell anybody, because this is a secret. But if you hit the Y button key, it gives you see this little like heat map of the hole. Red being like high points, green, blue being low points. And then if you hit F3, it will like take you up to the hole. So remember that. Y on the keyboard and F3 on the keyboard. That'll take you up by the hole so you can see better. A little pro tip right there. Okay, putting. Let's talk about that, and that pretty much concludes this segment here. Okay. Cool. So, with putting, I'm going to try to get to like 10 feet. And close enough. Putting, you won't get the line automatically. Sometimes simulators will just like tell you where to putt exactly. You won't get that. You'll see here that we have these little balls that are like rolling. That shows you the slope. So you can use that to kind of understand. So if this were me and I saw this, I'd probably be like, obviously it's going from left to right. Yeah. I'd probably be putting myself somewhere right there and putting that. This is a pretty flat putt, so you don't really have to like hit it softer or harder. But what I will say is you'll notice this is 10 feet, 7 inches. What that means is you need to putt that ball about 10 feet, 7 inches. Our turf at all of Birdie's Golf Lounge run at about a 8.5 stimp. We play at a 9 stimp, so it's just barely faster than the turf. Most of the time, and this could be different from Birdie's to Birdie, but they're about 9 to 12 feet from the ball to the screen. So if you can kind of keep in your mind 10-ish feet. So like if I had this 10-footer, I would just barely touch the screen, and that would get you about right to the hole, maybe just past the hole, right? You want to if you're going to miss it long so you get a chance. So keep that in mind. If it's downhill significantly, that's going to change things, obviously. You're going to want to putt it a little bit shorter. If it's uphill, you're going to putt it a little bit harder. Okay, sweet. We got putting out of the way, lie, slope, tight, elevation, wind, and some pro tips out of the way. Okay, well, those tips right there, if you didn't know those, I promise you those are going to save you at least 5 strokes over the course of the preseason. That could be the difference between you being in B flight or C flight. Who knows? So keep that in mind, and we are going to move on to the next segment, which is presented by none other than Daniel Blackwell, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm going to switch over to him now. There he is, Daniel.
I had to laugh. You're a natural in front of the camera, Dakota. Thanks very much, everyone. Great to be on board for this. Excited for everyone to start off their league season in a few weeks. Today's presentation, very brief, but I think substantial in terms of helping you prepare for the upcoming season. So the way to look at this is that when you are here for the first time, one, it's a matter of, okay, are you ready for the upcoming season and understanding your game well enough to be able to build the necessary steps to play your best when you're competing. For the return players who've maybe had success before or potentially didn't go so well, we want this season to be the best season you've had. And the way I look at this is that we want to train your mindset, wake up your body to be ready to hit the best shots possible when it counts. So the idea here is to pay attention to the question. If you're hitting good shots on the range, does it disappear when it's time to compete? So that's the question I'm suggesting for everyone to reflect upon. Dakota, I'm not sure whether or not you have a slide that you can put up for me. If not, we'll just talk through it. So I guess the way to look at this first is that we want to be able to prepare you as a person, as a player, hit the best shots possible. And we look into what we term the human skills. So we have balance, we have tension awareness, and we have tempo. So these 3 characteristics, these 3 metrics make up the golf swing. Okay, and they change day to day, they change shot to shot, hole to hole, round to round. So the idea here is you have an opportunity here in lead up to your league event to prepare the best way possible and understand what, numbers, if we use a rating scale of 1 to 10 to highlight the particular metric of balance, tension, or tempo, which numbers work best for you and which ones give you the best chance of hitting a solid strike, centered contact at the target. So the way we look at this is that when you do have the opportunity to come in and practice next, go to the simulator, hit some shots with your feet together. Very, very simple task. You can probably preferably use a short iron to start off with. I wouldn't suggest doing that with the driver to begin with. But the idea here is how stable can you become when you're hitting shots with your feet together? It's awakening your balance. Balance is in every golf shot. Obviously, with the different lies, the way that the balance works throughout the swing, it influences the pressure shift throughout your golf swing. So naturally, wherever your balance or weight shift moves throughout the swing, that's where the club head will likely follow. Okay, so maybe something to reflect upon with the slicers out there. But looking at hitting some shots with your feet together, the question would be, how stable can you be whilst you hit the shot with your feet together? The second would be tension awareness. This is a big one. It's the biggest speed leak, or one of the biggest speed leaks out there. Grip pressure, not having the best grip pressure or the optimal grip pressure to help you. So we need you to hit 3 shots. The first, and it's important to do it in this order, the first is going to be firm. So on a scale of 1 to 10, perhaps like a 9 out of 10, so quite a firm grip. The second shot, the other end of the spectrum, so you'd hit, say, a 2 out of 10 grip pressure, so very light. And then you need to find that optimal number and then see which number on a scale of 1 to 10 gives you, on the day, the best strike quality and the best outcome with your shot trajectory and dispersion. And then finally, tempo. I think we all would reflect and understand that when you are under a bit of pressure, all these 3 metrics do get influenced quite heavily, but mostly tempo. And we swing probably a bit faster than what we ought to. We're out of sequence. And as a result, that's where the mishits come in. So tempo, very simple task again, 3 shots. Your first swing will be nearly maxed out, 100% speed. Your second swing shot will be at about 50, so 50%. And then your third will be ideally in between, so around 75%. Now, the task here, the constraint task, which is very helpful for, one, dialing in sort of like the tempo to help you with your finesse pattern, but also to help you with your distance control. So hit 3 shots, 1 long, 1 short, 1 in between. Okay, and your objective is to hit that third ball in between the first 2. Sounds simple, but when you're reflecting on your balance, tension levels, and ultimately your tempo, it's a very good task to help you get ready for the round ahead. So the idea here behind these tasks is to help you become more aware of what works best for you. So whereabouts your balance is sitting within your feet, what type of grip pressure you have, and what is your best tempo that gives you the best results. So that would be your first task. Next, we move on to, once we have trained the player, so you're understanding yourself, we then move into decision-making and strategy. So ask Dakota if you could just shift that next slide for me, that'd be awesome. Thank you. All right, so developing a very simple system here. You'll notice the colors, green, yellow, and red. Okay, traffic light system, very easy to look at this in a way of understanding what is the best strategy, one for yourself, but also for your team and also for the whole. So I guess we look at when you have your team, you need to identify, okay, who is the high risk player in terms of who is capable of hitting almost like that hero shot, the big reward shot, which player is the anchor in terms of being able to hit a green percentage shot. So the idea we look at is green would be representative of, say, being able to hit a shot to a specific target with minimal danger, minimal consequence, about 9 out of 10 times. The yellow would be shifting that to a bit more moderate risk, maybe taking on a bit more of a challenge, but still a pretty good result in terms of strategy of the whole. That'd be your yellow player, and they would ideally be able to hit that shot 7 out of 10 times. And then you go with the high risk, which potentially could backfire, okay, but it does have greater reward. So you need to decide which player is what color. Are they green, yellow, or red? And do you rely on them to deliberately hit a green shot, maybe into a particular flag position where it is classed as a red flag, okay? You want a tucked pin position. Potentially you need your reliable player there to hit a green target, which would be more to the wide side or the fat side of the green. So just having a strategy as simple as this in terms of having a clear strategy for each shot, each hole, and for the player, it just makes it a lot easier for you to have almost like a bit of a backup system in play. So you can take on more risk, which at the end of the day, if you want to win, you do need to take on the shots, okay? But you also need to have a steady progress in terms of how do you score the lowest you can without blowing out, having those blowout holes. We don't want to take mulligans. Okay, so using the GS Pro system, it's a fantastic system. We work with it all the time at Birdies in terms of using the skill challenges that are available to players. I would suggest playing in warm-up rounds prior to the first round of your league is to hit like a 3-ball scramble shot. So you hit 3 shots with 3 different colors, 3 different strategies. So you hit three shots with green, yellow, and red. Okay, and find out which strategy you think is best suited for that course, okay, and that hole in particular. So then you have a lot more clarity. There's less indecision before you go and execute the shot, and you have a much higher chance there of playing more solid golf rather than having big blowout shots or big blowout holes. So that's what I would suggest you do. In terms of going forwards, the process would be go in, wake up your mind and body first using the human skills, balance, tension, tempo drills that I suggested earlier, and then going and playing the course with the traffic light philosophy or even just hitting the scramble shots on a particular hole that you want to master. So it really does help when you are making a conservative effort in terms of, all right, this is the hole that we want to be cautious of driving, or this is the hole where we can take on a bit more of a red light strategy. So I would suggest that this is purely an option, okay, for you to try, but it's something that's worked well in the past with players, and I'd suggest would be something to practice going forwards. So that's how I have for you, Dakota. I won't take up any more time.
Let's go. Thank you, Daniel Blackwell. Did we tell you guys that Daniel Blackwell is one of the Birdies coaches here? You can actually get a lesson with him one-on-one. Seriously, it's incredible. I wanted to show you guys a video of our friend Mark here who just had a putting lesson from him. And the before and after of his putt was something else. He didn't record it. He didn't turn on his flight training during the round, and so it didn't get recorded. But I was going to show you. Next time. We'll show you next time. Anyway, if you want to take a lesson from Daniel Blackwell, regardless of your location, go to the mobile app, and when you go to booking, there should be a one that says book a coaching session. You can book with Daniel Blackwell for 45 minutes and get the best training of your entire life. So, okay, well, we are about to finish it up here. I'm going to turn the time over to Daniel. Dude, there's a lot of Daniels. They are great people. I'm going to turn the time over to another great Daniel, and we're going to have him close this off. So thank you guys again. Turn it over to you.
Awesome. Dakota, thank you so much. Daniel, thank you. Appreciate you being on. That was awesome stuff. Again, just want to touch on Daniel Blackwell. I got to be completely honest. When we started setting up, he remotes in to our simulator. Obviously, we have the AI swing analysis, but you can clear all those metrics, and he can draw his own lines. He can be talking with you through those cameras. And I was kind of a naysayer in the beginning. I felt like, I feel like a coach has to be there in person, has to help me feel what it should feel like. I don't know, but I can tell you I've taken a lot of lessons. My golf may not show it until I took lessons from Daniel Blackwell. I was up at our Logan grand opening, and I watched him do some lesson sessions during the grand opening, and he helps you understand golf. He helps you understand your shot and understand it to the point where you can talk back. You can reiterate what it is you're trying to do with your shot. And it's helped me progress more than any other lesson I've had. It's incredible. I'd urge you to try it out. You can book it in the Birdies app. You go on the Birdies app, book coaching session, and you can see his available time slots. We'll start posting some things about it out there so everyone can take a look. But incredible stuff. I dare you try him once, you won't go back. So I mean, you'll go back to him, but you won't go back to the traditional lessons. Awesome stuff. Well, super excited. Really, this league has been something that we've been building for the last 4.5 years. It started out with pickup golf, where we just would invite a bunch of friends out, and we'd play once a week, and you didn't know what team you were going to be on. It was going to be a 4-man scramble. You'd all jump on, and and we'd pair you up with a random team, and it let people get to know each other. And now those guys are still playing in league 4 years later. They're golfing out on courses over the weekends. Like we realized how cool it is to build that community, that culture, and the competitive nature of golf. It's so fun. So it's something that we hold near and dear to our hearts, and I think it's just going to get crazier and crazier and crazier as we open all these locations across the United States. I know we've got, some in Orlando, Florida coming soon. We've got North Carolina, multiple in North Carolina, multiple in Georgia, um, Nevada, Arizona, Alabama, like just a lot of cool areas. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. So super excited for this league, and I'm obviously playing in it. I never win it. I choose my team, and if my team's watching this, I'd say it to your face. I choose my team based on who I'm going to have a fun night with. And so maybe we don't compete for those top prizes, but we definitely have a blast. So looking forward to a good season, you guys. Please, if you have any questions, let your owners know at your facility. Reach out to them. They'll be there at league. It'll be fun getting to know the owners, getting to know the players. But reach out. We're happy to answer any questions we can. And just looking to have a good, fun time and connecting with you guys. So appreciate you all jumping on. I think we're signing out here 14 minutes early, which normally doesn't happen. But yeah, thank you so much.